Just some more random thoughts here. So this is literally, I think, schizophrenia, but it's bringing subconscious things up to the surface that are just truths that I'm not allowed to say because they could be interpreted as hate speech, which is completely open to interpretation, right? Like, accurately gendering somebody isn't hate speech to me. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that. um, mm. Sorry. The roommate keeps coming in and out of the house, but the other roommate's sleeping because he works the graveyard shift. So, the schizophrenic delusion was white cops arresting a black guy who had just murdered a whole family and being like, oh, this black just killed a whole bunch of innocent people. He robbed and raped and murdered this white family. But we don't want to put the handcuffs down too tight. You know, criminals have rights in this country. Yeah, we abolish the death penalty in this state. And, you know, we want to make sure he gets due process. You don't want to hurt his wrists. Black Lives Matter and reparations and use of force reduction. I watch gore videos on gore websites. The shit that blacks pull in America, they would not pull in certain African communities in Africa. I watched a guy get beaten to death with 2x4s and sticks because he was caught raping. There was no uniformed law enforcement to show up and give verbal commands to lay down on the ground, put your hands behind your back. There was no trial. There was no arrest. There was no processing. The guy was caught in the act and he was killed by an angry mob. I liked it. How's Whitey become so psychologically neutered? Oh no, you know, the Black Lives Matter and Trump's a racist and slavery and reparations. We don't want to be mean to the criminals. That's not what Jesus would do. You're supposed to love your enemy. Look, was it Christianity that defanged and declawed the white men? Was it capitalism that corrupted Christianity? Didn't, the fairy tale Jesus warn about that? Easier for a rich man or a camel to go through the eye of the needle than a rich man getting to heaven and all that stuff, right? Yeah, oh, well, us white Christians in America, we kind of wanted to stick to that, but we're poor, and we don't want to be poor. So, fuck it. Just legalize the marijuana and let the kids watch porn, you bigot. It's wild. It's insane. I saw a video of a guy who was arrested for firing a warning shot to save a woman from being mugged. What? I also saw a video of a black guy in the same city, in New York City, lift up a white woman's dress from behind as he pushed her down to rape her. And the DA refused to prosecute him, and he said we couldn't establish that he intended to rape, even though this was caught on security camera, CCTV footage, because he didn't verbally express, I'm going to rape you, therefore, yeah, he lifted up her dress and pushed her down and began to force himself on top of her. But that doesn't mean he was going to rape her? Oh, because the assailant was black and the victim was white. Whereas in the other thing, it was a white guy who saved probably a white woman from black crime. So this is corruption of the administration of justice. Now, in the same situation in Haiti or Africa, and not all of Africa, it's a very big continent with very, very varied, I intended to do that, varied community moral governing systems and law enforcement. If a black guy had pushed down a woman after lifting up her dress from behind to rape her, and the mob was in a particular, the mob is fickle, of course, but in a particular mood, that guy would have ended up like so many of those videos of blacks on the gore sites being beaten alive. They get skinned, some of them, burned on fire, literally just doused in gasoline and set on fire while they're squirming. And yeah. They wouldn't have gotten a slap on the wrist and, oh no, you poor dear, you're black, you're a victim just because you're black. Yeah. I'm sure you try to rape that woman, but it's systemic racism or something. And also, I think it was Ecuador was the last one, but you can go to these gore sites and just search in the search bar, thief gets beaten, or thief gets killed, or thief gets karma. And there are so many videos of thieves in third world countries who do not get the quote-unquote justice and due process. They get killed, often by their victims. The most common one that I've seen is in Brazil. The motorcycle thieves rob people in their cars and then drive off, and the car will speed up and hit them. And I'm thinking, good. Why is America so pussified? The pussification of America in the last 30 years or so. Marijuana, porn, right? Porn reduces testosterone. The diet, fucking McDonald's and shit reduces testosterone. What happened to America? You used to have balls. You used to be a man. Now you're trans. Trans America. Ugh. The Tranifesto. Anyway, I'm going to try to discipline myself and cut through the schizophrenic symptoms here and focus on between participant research design, and I forget the contrasting design.